1 month later.
Subarashi.
Uppbeat. Okay.
Stay.
We good? Is it start time?
Yeah.
It's on me. I forgot how to do this.
This is all getting cut out, by the way. You said
No,
you
this
hope
is all.
it
It's
but
all staying in.
it only starts when you say, "Well, hey everybody, welcome back."
Hey everybody, welcome back once again to the Kamen Up Next podcast. I'm your host, a giant robot. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Jesse
Hello.
and Nick.
Hey, everybody.
Why did we do it all weird like that?
Because I wanted to keep all the funny, weird stuff in.
Oh.
So I tried to
Force it.
force it. Yeah.
We're also all juiced up from like a month off of not doing this.
Yeah, of not being good podcasters and recording
Man,
the podcast.
I haven't made a new banner down there in a long time too.
That's fine. I mean, we'll think on a good idea for a banner and then we'll
Yeah,
execute.
I'm happy with the revice.
I can try to
Also,
incorporate some
how
of the
good?
other.
Just how good is that background picture? Huh?
That's good.
Like
It's this good.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
a good
my
one
phone.
too. But like for everyone watching on YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, like this video. If you like the idea of Stacy spanking you with the teacher stick over there.
Okay. Anyways, I was gonna say I could toy with the banner with the other colors of the different riders from.
Oh
Revice.
yeah, we should do a demons and I was gonna be like,
And
do I spoil it? And a live,
Yeah, we're gonna
a live one as
an
well.
evil / live.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
Gianu.
Oh,
Jean.
Jeanne d'Arc.
Yeah,
in-
it's spelled like that.
They say apparently it's Gianu in Japanese.
Okay,
How are we gonna say it? I don't know.
we'll figure it out.
Kamen Rider Sakura.
It's Gianu,
Sure.
Anyway,
Joan.
of Arc, Kamen Rider Joan of Arc.
It's weird. Well,
Yeah.
spoilers. Oops.
Oops.
Okay, so we left off a month ago at different places in the shows that are currently airing. We could start with Zenkaiger, because there's a lot of ground to cover with Zenkaiger. We got 4 episodes.
I think we got 4 of both, right?
Yeah, but with Revice, we have like a whole little story arc with Daiji to talk about that's like nice and neat. And I think
Do you want to lead with Zenkaiger and then go?
We got a kind of an arc with Zenkaiger.
It's not
Oh,
closed. Well, I
okay.
guess it is closed now.
It's not, but we can start with Zenkaiger. Which one was the first of the 4? Was it the school one?
Yeah.
Or no, the body swap.
It was
body swap.
Oh, Body Swap.
It was
Body
Body
Swap
Swap.
was the first one we had talked about. Yeah.
Wait, what
yeah.
are the
That-
4 that we have? The body swap, the school, Halloween.
Halloween and
Oh,
And
and
Diamond.
right, the one that just passed, Shining
Hard.
Diamond.
Diamond is unbreakable. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
hard.
Body swap was pretty good.
It was kind of cursed, but it was,
was a little
an entertaining
cursed.
episode.
It was really weird.
Well, seeing Stacy Zactor play
Kaito,
was
yeah.
like,
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
like dang, he's good at that. Yeah, he was.
He
actually
did it really.
believable. Yeah.
Stacy played Kaito better than Kaito played Stacy.
Yeah,
It was
Kaito's actor
noticeable.
was not as good.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad, but like,
doesn't
like
play
it's
the
not
broody
hard to
type
be.
as
Yeah,
well.
it's he's not the broody type, so like it didn't work as well for
Yeah.
him.
It was really believable though. It like
Oh,
when
yeah.
he was in the Toji Tendo world and like was realizing that Stacy's a bit of a loser over there.
Yeah.
A loser and a loner. Yeah,
Yeah, it was fantastic.
That was great.
It was a really good episode.
It had a tiny bit of world building too, because like when you're in that like Toji Tendo world and you see like the prisons
Yeah,
with the
Mhm.
people just being like locked up for talking smack about the Toji Tendo.
it was also
It was interesting.
the first time Kaito saw the actual like bad guy. So he met Bokuaus and Gege for the first time.
Yeah.
He didn't know that like that's who he was fighting. He knew Barashitara and I think he met Ijirude,
Izuru.
Yeah.
but he knew that they were generals. He didn't know who Bokuaus or Gege were.
He
was
meant
his-
the one competent member of the Toji
Yeah.
Tendo. which is gay.
Yeah, who let
And
him
Gege
escape?
let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like
Yeah.
real fucked up about that.
It was interesting.
True. Gege
Yeah,
is
wasn't
the
there the whole
one
thing
competent member of
Where,
the
where he's like, is there
Tojitendo.
2 of them because he like disappeared on him and then
Mhm.
was in another place? He was confused.
Yeah,
But yeah, Gege is the only competent
that's
member.
true. Yeah,
like
I forgot
all the
about
worlds
that.
are woefully incompetent.
Literally everybody on the show except for Gege is stupid. Maybe Sechan, but Sechan like lets himself be stupid with the Zenkaiger. So anyway,
Gege, like right away knew that it wasn't
yeah, that it wasn't Stacy.
actually Stacy, and he
Mhm.
actually freaking name dropped the Your Name anime movie.
Did he?
Like the movie, the anime, Your Name. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I've never seen it though. So.
I didn't catch that, nor do I remember.
Or did I catch that? That's
it was
interesting.
a
I'll
thing.
take your word for it.
He called the Freaky Friday situation that was happening.
Oh, is that what happens in that? Movie?
Did they say? Did the subtitles say Freaky Friday? Is it
I think that
possible?
was like the name of the episode or something like that.
I don't remember. It was
I don't
that was a
remember
month
either.
ago.
I remember. I do
Yeah, that
remember
was
there
like a
being
month
like a
ago.
Freaky Friday reference somewhere. So maybe
Yeah.
that makes sense. They just like name dropped a bunch of body swap like movies and shit. That would I believe that. That sounds like Zenkaiger for sure.
You know what I just realized? Zenkaiger kind of has like Gintama energy, which
Because it's silly all the time.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's
Which
a
made
it's a
Gintama great.
comedy. Zenkaiger's like it's a
Yeah.
comedy toku, and it's I think the first time they've done it right. They tried
Oh,
with
wow.
Car Ranger, and maybe you know what the Sentai for Car Ranger is good. All I know is Power Rangers Turbo is not good,
yeah,
but Zenkaiger does the comedy really well.
it's good.
Yeah,
There's nothing to complain about.
I haven't had
Although,
a
okay,
single complaint for Zenkaiger.
The last episode was my least favorite, probably. It was just kind of frustrating.
But I'm hard. We'll get to
That part was good, but yeah, we'll get to it. Okay.
Was there
and
anything
after
else
that
in the
was
body
school.
swap? Did
Nah, I
anybody
think we
else
covered it all.
swap bodies? Oh yeah, we saw
actually-
Flint.
Oh,
We saw
yeah,
Flint
Flint and-
transform into
Oh,
Two
yeah.
Kaiser.
Yeah.
We
Flint
and we
into
totally
Fox.
forgot.
That was crazy.
That was good.
That was
That was-
awesome.
it was
and
really
also Kuttner and Ricky body swapped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
everyone
that
was
was
like,
There's no
yeah,
difference.
you
Not
guys
much
are
of a
basically the
difference.
same
It's-
person anyway.
It's that Office meme where like it's the same picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
forgot about Flint and Socks, which is
The only thing I'm
probably an awkward situation.
the only thing I'm really disappointed about that is that when she transformed, it was still the same suit actor. They didn't have like
Yeah.
a female like looking suit actor to.
Also,
Play
she was
Tukai.
not quite as skilled at dancing.
I mean, the actress probably isn't a dancer.
Yeah,
Not everybody can be an all-around amazing performer like Zox.
yeah. A singer and a dancer and a pirate.
He's a
and
triple threat. He's a singer. He's a quadruple threat, I guess, because he's a singer, dancer, actor, and pirate.
I love every time he sings in this damn show.
Every
Yeah.
time he
I
sings,
always
and
sing along.
dances.
Yeah, I love that. I love the dance too. But just the one thing he goes where it's like, "I'm a pirate."
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
It gets you in the mood for the fight that's about to fucking happen.
it does.
I love Zox.
It's also silly. But
Yeah,
like
it is also silly,
Yeah.
but I love it.
but in like a very intimidating way.
Yeah,
The same with the
I-
dance.
That's like Zox doesn't take himself too seriously.
No.
You could I can imagine Zox getting his own spin-off series
He's so good.
where he just pirates in space with his family, and it would be just as good.
He's a much more entertaining character than Kaito. Like
Yeah,
much
For
more.
sure.
for sure.
The point of Kaito is not even really to be the most interesting character because
No.
all the other characters are fun, are super like
Yeah.
dynamic and interesting.
He just has
He
to be
kinda-
our surrogate. Like he just has to be us, like
He's
experiencing
just the
it.
glue,
Yeah,
the glue to hold everything together.
he does a good job, and he's fun most of the time. What comes after the body swap episode? Is
High
that the
school.
high school?
Gakuin, yeah.
That was
the high school.
one of my favorite episodes of the series. I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's a play on the whole, take something and turn it into a high school setting. You
Yeah.
know, like
It was it was Kill a Kill, but Sentai.
Or like like one of those silly, superhero academy, like freaking what was it? Like Gotham High back in the day, where you had like.
Oh sure, yeah.
There's also like popular animes that have like spin-off where it's like, oh, it's all the same characters, but now they're in
But
high
now
school.
But now they're in
high
high school.
school,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I think there's Attack on Titan one. I don't know.
Mhm.
Wouldn't
Oh
watch
yeah,
it.
there's the
There's the
yeah.
Fate one, the Prism.
Oh yeah,
yes,
Whatever. I don't know. I
yeah,
haven't
whatever
seen it
it's
either,
called,
but
yeah.
yeah.
It was
so
fun. I like the costumes.
it's fun for one episode.
Yeah, well that's it. I think the costumes are really good.
And we got
The delinquent costumes. I guess the regular costumes.
No,
like
wrong way.
The school uniforms. The school uniforms were like fine, but like once they went delinquent, like those
Delinquent
costumes
was the
were
best.
so good.
Oh man, do you remember Delinquent Duran? How cool! he
Oh,
looked?
Delinquent Duran was the best.
That was awesome.
It was good.
Yeah.
They were all good. God.
Oh yeah,
My
they were
favorite
all good.
sequence was when they were trying to pass the exam so they can go to the principal's office and like be ranked up, and like the exam questions.
It
were
was so
just
bullshit.
fantastic. Like name all the different types of sushi that were on Sushi World
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever.
It's like who would know that?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you don't even know that, Stacy.
Oh,
man.
Stacy definitely
And
didn't
then
know that.
The pictures of the two like Recycle World and Garbage.
Oh yeah,
World.
wasn't there one where they answered and Stacy didn't even know, and he was like, "Ah, you're wrong."
Yeah, it was that one. I think the Recycle World and Garbage World, and he was looking at the
They're
pictures,
exactly the
and he was like, no, you're wrong."
same. Yeah.
That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, the delinquent part was fun.
I
I don't.
was just gonna say I like the way they shot the fight scene at the end of the when they were all delinquents and then they all transformed. It was like it wasn't like close. It wasn't close up shots like they usually do of like all the action. It was like pulled back. So you saw everybody fighting all at the same time. So everybody was choreographed together. And then there were aerial shots, like drone shots that were really nice too. It was a really good just the fight scene was shot like really well, and it was really interesting to watch.
That one was cool.
Yeah, I really liked that episode a lot.
It was a good episode.
Yeah. There's not much
one of
more
the
to
worst,
say about it, I think.
One of the worst worlds, though. I don't want to go back to school.
School World?
so-
Yeah, no. Absolutely not. That's the
That's up there
scariest
with-
one.
It's up there with Noon World.
It's up. Oh yeah, true.
The only time I'd be down with Noon World if it's a Saturday. Then we can talk Noon World.
True.
There we go.
True.
Actually, that'd be pretty sick.
Noon World on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cracked the code.
We did
Crack
it.
the code.
So then after that was the Halloween episode,
which was again so silly.
but it was good.
It was good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
My absolute favorite part is when he gets the pumpkin back from Hackaiser, and then that gets destroyed. And he's like, "Oh, I'll just take this one then." And it's like, "Oh, you just needed any pumpkin."
And then like obviously Duran making a comment about that, like he always
Yeah.
does.
Of course, yeah. I'm pretty sure I said it, and then Duran said it. They go on this big goose chase the whole episode to try to find his pumpkin. For one side to give it to him, and on the other side to stop him from getting his pumpkin back. And it didn't matter.
And it straight up didn't even matter. Zox was pissed.
Yeah. Zox was like, I just spent all day buying pumpkins. He didn't even steal them. He bought them all.
Yeah, he paid for every single one. So good.
The world himself was just like cowering in
Yeah.
an alleyway the whole time waiting.
There was that scene where they're walking by and he's like in the
Yeah.
junk and he like hides and they walk by.
And then
And we were like, come on, guys. And then they finally walk back and I'm like, what the fuck?
And then Zox is like chasing him, and
Yeah.
he turns the corner, and then Zox is there.
Oh
And
yeah,
he's fucking, like,
he thinks
freaked
he's
out.
safe, so he's walking, and then he walks by Zox, who's standing like transformed already. Yeah, this is good shit.
It was actually at the end of that episode that we got the face reveal, or the reveal that finally the Kaiser was Kaito's dad.
Yeah.
Everyone
We got
saw
the
except for Kaito.
confirmation. Yeah.
Everyone except for Kaito and, well, two guys are Zox, but
Stacy didn't see either.
That's
True.
true. Stacey didn't see
so
either.
the four other Zenkaijers except for Kaito saw it.
Yes.
at the very
Four
end.
Zenkaijers saw it.
And I think that's why the next episode wasn't super great, right?
Yeah.
Because it was that whole, we've seen it 1,000 times. Oh, should we tell him? Should we not tell him? We're not going to tell him.
It was that, and then when they finally were gonna tell them, they tell him he couldn't because all they could say was Diamond because of hard Diamond World made it hard for them to talk.
Yeah.
They couldn't communicate.
Diamond's world
without
power is that he made everything diamond hard,
including speech. If you
Yeah.
afflicted.
But
So
he should
it
have
was
just been called Hard
frustrating.
World.
Yeah.
It was frustrating.
But okay, I know. And then the whole time they're stopping him from fighting Hackaiser because it's his dad. But like, he's not gonna kill Hackaiser in one hit. Like, he's tougher than that. Like, guys, come on.
They definitely could have just let him fight, and it would have been fine. Like they've blasted Hackaiser before. I feel
Yeah.
Like. If anything, this time was worse because the fact that they kept stopping him, he got a point blank shot in on him.
Yeah.
With
And fucking Stacy, man, took him away.
Yeah,
Stacy finally got a friend.
That was it. Stacy was like, shit, it's Kaido's dad, but he's my partner.
He could just be friends with the Zenkaijers. Fuck the Toji Tendo. They suck.
The Toji Tendo do suck.
They're not even good at conquering Earth.
They, in their defense, they did somehow conquer like
every other world.
but that's because they used the machine to trap them in the gears.
They couldn't do that.
They didn't have to like take them under siege.
Yeah.
That's the part they suck at because they don't do it because they only use the whatever machine to like gear trap them. So they like suck at actually being smart villains.
Yeah. They're losing their control of all the worlds slowly.
That too, yeah.
Because they're so bad. They can't even make good robots out of them.
Yeah.
And then we got the but I'm hard.
But when he died.
But
I'm hard.
It's good. That was just good subtitling.
That was something.
That was special.
I don't really have anything else to say about Zenkaiger.
It's just a solid. It's just a good time, honestly.
It's a great show. I wish there were 10 more seasons of Zenkaiger.
Throw on some episodes of Zenkaiger if you just want to spend a nice half hour, 20 minutes.
It's
enjoying yourself.
It's also a good it's an anniversary season, but like literally you don't need to know anything about Super Sentai to watch it.
I can attest to that, knowing very little about Super Sentai.
The most that happens is that they'll use a power from one of the older seasons, but then they'll explain why it's what it is. Except
one time when they literally ripped off a scene from one of the older seasons, like 100%.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
Jetman one.
Yeah, but that's just funny to watch.
No, I know it was funny.
It's like a nice little Easter egg. If you're like, oh shit, that's how Jetman ended.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we aren't getting 10 more seasons of Zenkaiger.
No.
Instead, we're getting Avatar Sentai Dawn Brothers.
I did hear rumors that Juran was gonna be in Dawn Brothers.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Like as a supporting character, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's all of the last secondary writers all form a team, the Dawn Brothers.
Wait, you just broke my brain. Say the whole thing over again.
So in Zenkai, usually the leader of the team is the Red, Sentai Red, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
It's the Red.
And then there's the secondary one, which would be, I don't know, in Power Rangers it would be Blue. I don't know if that's the same in.
Yeah, it's usually Blue Sentai.
So Blue.
The Blue
Okay,
Warrior.
But in Zenkaiger, it's Juran, right? Is red.
So you're saying he's red and everybody else is gonna be
red,
blue,
and then there's gonna be the blue. So he's gonna be the leader, and then because he's a secondary writer, but he's also red, and then all the rest are gonna be the previous blues.
It's not how it works.
The Dawn Brothers, but it's brothers is the name. It's all men.
No, it's not. That's
Dawn Brothers.
That's what people thought, but there's confirmed 2 women on the team.
Yeah, okay.
Pink and yellow are gonna be women.
I mean, blue and blue.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's confirmed. God damn it! I think it's confirmed red, blue, green, yellow,
and blue.
pink.
Okay.
I think. I don't know for sure. I haven't seen
We'll
anything
see.
in a minute,
This is-
so
We'll see if my tinfoil hat theory comes to life.
there's only about like what maximum like 15 weeks left of Zenkaiger, so
what usually in January-ish is when it ends and starts. the new-
February.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. 2.5 months-ish. 3
Yeah,
months.
we're getting close. We're getting to the end of Zenkaiger. We'll see what Dawn Brothers has. You know it isn't at the end yet.
Revice.
Kamen Rider Revice.
Revis.
Revis.
Revice.
Revice.
We need to finally nail this down.
They use
Revi
everything.
And Vice, right?
No, no,
But
because
they've said Revi before.
they've said Revi, they've said Revi. The intro says Revice. George has said literally every version of the name. Also,
Well, okay.
What does the belt say? Because when
it
when
says
the belt,
Revi, Vice, Revice.
Revi, Vice, Revice, right?
yeah,
That is what the belt says.
The belt has to be the authority.
I'm not gonna call him Revi. I'm gonna call him Revi.
It sounds like Levi.
yeah. That makes it worse.
I'm gonna call Daiji Live. How about that? Kamen Rider Live.
Instead of live.
Yeah.
But the belt says Laibu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
The belt says
Yeah,
Laibu.
Yeah, so the belt is wrong. Just like with
no, the belt
Revi.
is the authority. You gotta listen to the belt. The belt.
The intro goes,
is-
whoa, whoa, just Revice.
Yeah, it's Revi, Vice, Revice.
Yeah.
Right, but George has called him Revi, and he's called them
And-
Revice.
But he's also called him Revi.
I know,
he's
no, but
reading
that's
more
what I'm saying.
episodes.
But that's what I'm saying is George has used all of the versions
George
of the
is
names.
an unreliable narrator.
He's the one who made the suit. He made the driver.
He's crazy. He's not reliable.
He's the one who made the driver, though. He gets to choose the name. I think all are correct because George, the
I'm gonna keep
creator of
saying
the power. But do whatever you want. I'm just saying. I think every version of the name is correct because George said it.
George is zonked out of his gourd, okay?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Oh man. Okay, so
So that tangent's over.
yeah. We won't need to worry about that because we're going to talk about Evil / Live. for a
Was
little bit.
Evil? Did Evil exist the last time we recorded an
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah,
Okay.
Evil
Just
existed,
barely.
Just barely. The
Okay.
first
We knew-
the conflict was just starting.
We knew it was Daiji.
Right.
Yeah, and we knew it was Kagero.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Had to have only been like 3 episodes
About 4.
because we would have had one extra episode watched than Zenkaiger because that's just we get it early. We get it the day of our podcast.
I don't remember what the last episode we watched on podcast was or for podcast was.
Nick checked beforehand.
Yeah, I believe it was the episode where like mom came out of the hospital and
Right before they went on the trip.
yeah,
So it's Trip Onward.
trip
That we-
onwards.
that we
like that
haven't-
whole Daiji arc basically, like the
So
whole
that's okay. So the trip, and then the next episode is Brachio Part 1, and then the episode after that is Brachio Part 2, and then
Yeah, I mean we could talk about that whole thing
it's
as a
this
whole, right?
episode.
Yeah. I mean now that we're done with the whole like it's resolved.
Well, yeah, but also Kamen Rider is not like it's not episodic like Zenkaiger is, so we can like
Yeah, let's just talk about
we
it
can
as a
move
whole.
around. Yeah, we can move around as we see fit.
Yeah.
So Daiji turns out to be the guy that stole all the Vice stamps, and then he's
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Evil, and nobody knows it. And then Mama comes out of the hospital, and then they all go to an onsen to celebrate.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Right, and then Kagaru's plan is that like once everybody is super happy at the onsen, he's just gonna kill Iki.
Yeah. Right at the peak happiness
Yeah,
level.
the peak level of happiness for everybody. He attacks Iki. and they fight.
Oh, and that's when they swap. While they're fighting, they swap.
Yeah,
Stamps.
Evil gets
I bet.
Jekyll.
Jackal. Yeah.
Jackal.
What did I say? Jekyll. My brain
Yeah.
works. Jackal, and what did Revy get? What did Iki get?
Gorilla.
Kong. Yeah.
Was it Kong? Oh right, no,
Uh,
Deno was Mammoth. Yeah, so he got Kong. What did Kong? What was
Kong,
Kong?
It was
Gorilla.
Forza.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was sick. I remember.
I mean, a lot of this arc was, Daiji's got to be stopped.
Yeah,
but I don't want to kill
It
Daiji.
was a lot of Iki like trying to like come up
Save.
with a way to save Daiji from Kagero, or like to
Yeah.
just deal with.
And the whole family was like, "Oh, you got to do something."
Yeah.
Sakura at one point started hating Kamen Riders because they're tearing apart the family.
The dad started getting kind of sussy for a minute.
Well, George was
too.
starting to suspect them a little bit. being
Yeah.
like,
I
you know?
guess maybe because George like said something, and then I started getting sussy at the dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, George did say something about
Like,
the
because
dad.
why does he keep making his YouTube videos even though he gets
His
no
pointless
views?
videos.
Yeah.
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 Which I mean, I guess could just be George being weird. We've established that he just
We
does
related
stuff.
to that. Like when he said that, we were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hey now,
Like,
Yeah, well,
George,
come on,
listen,
George.
that hurts. That hurts on a
ain't
personal
nothing
level.
wrong with making
Ouch.
videos for no views. Come on." Now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Yeah, the dad was a little sus, and then yeah, so he just like struggled. Kagero had a plan. He like kidnapped some people.
Yeah, he was just going out of control with the brachio.
Yeah.
While they were at the onsen, there's also like that family that was like.
Well,
being
yeah,
sus and listening in.
they were like spying on them. Yeah.
They're super sus even throughout the rest. I read this on the Reddit right before the podcast. They're really sus.
Have we seen them in the show
Yes,
before then?
Before then, yes. After then, in the last episode, it's the family that Sakura.
Oh, that Sakura goes to stay at. It was them.
And I don't know if you noticed, their house had no
had
pictures.
nothing. Yeah,
it was
bare.
bare, just white.
I thought I said it out loud when I was thinking it.
Everyone's super sus about it. It's really sus.
It is sus.
Yeah.
Everybody on their show is a little suspect.
They're being weird with the family. They have their kid always being weird with
Sakura.
talking to Sakura.
Mhm.
Always shows up out of nowhere.
They're definitely a spy. They're like a spy family.
Something's
They
up
were
with them.
they were legit. Like they had listening devices in on Iki's family.
Yeah,
But
I might not pick up on any of this.
I don't know.
I missed a decent amount of it too.
I picked up on it.
I just read it.
But yeah, now that you mentioned,
But I
it,
thought
there
they
was
were
that whole
spying for
scene
the
in
Dead
last
Mans.
Hmm.
But I guess
Some
not.
people think they might be working with the Dead Mans, but who knows?
That means there could be like 2 more like companies that we're not aware of that.
Could be.
Well, there also is the whole thing of Phoenix and Foundation X.
They are pretty similar.
It starts with an F, ends with an X.
Yeah.
Well, also like okay,
exactly.
yes, you're right.
And the white
white uniforms, like yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see Foundation X being involved with Phoenix.
Also, I know we're not doing it in any order, but fuck it, I don't care. The driver that Sakura's
driver, yeah.
So nobody knows where that came from, right?
It came from.
No, listen.
Okay.
Obviously, George was surprised that she had it, right? We saw him being like, "What the fuck?"
That was something that Aguilera sent to her, right?
Yeah.
On the website for Revice, on George's Vice Stamp, whatever weekly thing. Apparently, it was written like, "How did she get that?" He says from him. So he made the driver, but he doesn't know how she got it.
Okay.
My thought was it was Aguilera, of course, but it's obviously not confirmed. People are thinking either Aguilera or the weird fucking family.
But Aguilera saw her use it and was happy about it.
Family though.
Yeah, but she could just be happy because she's trying to like toy with Sakura, and it's her little project. So she could just be happy because of that. Because she was like, "Oh, why don't you join the Dead Mans?" Which implies I don't know, not necessarily that she has it.
Well, I mean, I know that. I don't know, man.
It's just who knows, right? It's.
I guess I just assumed it was
I also think it's
Aguilera.
Aguilera. I also assume that and think it is, but who knows?
I guess we'll find out.
But I just like that it's confirmed that George did make it.
I guess, yeah. It would seem that it confirms that he made it.
Well, yeah, he said.
I mean,
how did she get that?
But I mean, he could just recognize that it's a driver and be like, "How did she get a driver? Like, if I didn't make it, how did she get it?" You know what I mean? It depends on the verbiage.
Why the heck do you have that driver?
Oh, okay. If that is the exact
is
verbiage,
the exact verbiage,
then that does kind of imply that he made it.
Yeah.
I would agree with that for sure.
Why the heck do you have that driver?
Yeah, just like that driver is like, okay, yeah. You probably knew about that thing.
There's still a ton we don't know about Phoenix. There's still a ton we don't know about George.
Yeah, there's still a ton we don't know about the Deadmans.
About the Deadmans.
Just the opening alone still has some unanswered questions for George with the Kamen Riders and the fucking test tubes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, it seems like Revice is like moving really fast, but I think the story is gonna start opening up.
Maybe.
And there's also, gonna be like, it's gonna be more than just, oh, we gotta fight the Deadmans, which is usually what Kamen Rider does. But so we have like this fast paced like beginning, and then it's gonna start opening up, and a lot of different things are gonna happen, and it's probably gonna slow down a little bit.
We kind of skimmed over and didn't really talk about Evil transitioning to live.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just like, oh,
it was
Kagero's evil.
It was what everybody expected to happen.
It was everyone. We gotta take him out, and Iki going, no, we gotta save him, and eventually he figured out how to get him out of there and save him.
He had to find his resolve, and he figured it out, and then he saved them, and then Daiji became Kamen Rider Live.
The one thing I liked about that is that, you know, I kept thinking, oh, he's gonna have to have some resolve to like fight his brother somehow, and I was like, okay, kind of weak. But what he had to discover was that he just needed to have faith in his brother, and his brother's strength, and then, you know, Daiji basically saved himself and stood up on his own, and that's what he was missing as an older brother, was to just to
lift up his family. And not.
It's cool seeing them fight together now.
Yeah, they make a good team.
Actually, you're starting to see the dynamic, right, between all the riders a little bit. Just like we're hinting at it a little bit. Like the brothers are going to be like, you know, the family. Yeah. And then Himura literally just gets shoved aside.
Himura is probably always going to fight on his own.
Hiromi,
sorry.
Hiromi's always going to fight on his own. Yeah.
But I love Hiromi so much.
His
sequence,
thing is like pretty cool.
And he's like, we're going to, you know, fight for justice, whatever. And Jordan's like, yeah, whatever, get out of my way.
Yeah. I loved his little his drill thing when he was fighting the Brachios.
Yeah, that's I remember. I think he's gonna get all of the Showa stamps, and he's gonna have like different add-ons. He's gonna be kind of like Birth.
Yeah.
He's just gonna get add-ons for his suit. I think that's what it looks like anyway, because that was definitely.
I love his suit as it is.
That stamp was definitely Amazon themed.
The suit is perfect. It doesn't need to change.
Hiromi's suit, yeah. Well,
Demons is good.
Yeah, we didn't see any of it in the last episode.
I know, that's such a shame.
Which is sad.
And I gotta say, I don't really like the arc that Sakura is going through. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of like a rehash of Daiji, but slightly different. I don't know if that's just me.
Well, I think like the glimpse in her backstory of just wanting to be strong is not bad.
Well, it's not just starting now is the thing either.
No, I know.
She's always wanted, because she's the youngest. She's always wanted to fight, and her brothers just won't let her fight. And so yeah, it is kind of like, it's kind of like a rehash of Daiji, but like it's different.
Yeah, I don't know. It just irrationally annoys me, I guess.
I'm not annoyed with it because Sakura just hasn't gotten enough screen time for you to be like, oh, this is annoying.
They also
in the last two episodes, or at least the last episode for sure.
I think it's more of she's trying to prove herself. Like Daiji wanted to surpass Iki.
Yeah.
But Sakura just wants to like prove herself. And then you saw in that last episode, she got yelled at by Iki, she got yelled at by Daiji, and she got yelled at by her mom.
Iki
Yeah.
was just saying if you need to talk, you can talk to me, and she fucking flipped him off.
No, that
and
was
blew him off.
before that.
Well, yeah, okay. Well,
It was later when she
Was
got
uncalled
hurt
for.
that she got yelled at. It was after she got hurt trying to fight that she got yelled at.
Iki didn't yell. He was concerned, and she blew him off.
To hurt to a younger sibling, when you're
Yeah,
trying
you
to
would know.
Yeah. I would
you
know.
yelled at-
It feels
yeah.
like you're getting yelled at or you're getting lectured. Especially when your mother is also like lecturing you and raising their voice and your other brother is lecturing you and raising their voice. Like it doesn't feel good whether he was like yelling or not.
Yeah, it's fair.
She's trying to prove herself and her family is not letting her do what she's trying to do. That's what she's feeling.
Granted, stakes are a little more dangerous than your everyday life.
And yes, I think both
That's-
parties are right. That's because that's what they were telling her is like it's not just
Yeah.
like it's serious, and she's like, well, yeah, but and nobody's like inching. She's trying to be like, I can handle it, and they're being like, you can't handle it, and that's what the conflict is.
I'm just ready for her to just be able to henshin and resolve this conflict between
Well,
them.
she's clearly gonna have to do something
Yeah, I think we can
to
safely
be
say
able
that
to do that.
at least
She's gonna
not
have to
gonna go
earn
through
it.
the whole I'm gonna be taken
Yeah.
over by my demon
Yeah.
thing. That's
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
We saw a glimpse of her demon. It was like a shadow
Yeah.
moving behind her.
I'm just defending Sakura in that it's not just what Daiji was going through. It's different.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get all our riders early, hopefully, and then after that, we'll have a lot of time.
I hope after Sakura there's no more.
She should be
Yeah.
the last. There's enough
the
now.
last one, and then we could just focus on building bonds with our characters.
Yeah,
It's enough riders.
moving the
it's
story
yeah.
forward.
We need to make that TikTok right now. I
No,
can't
that would-
I can't have
you
Saber
do that.
again.
Yeah, you do that TikTok with Saber.
Well, yeah, that's what I.
Because there's
Sorry, that's what I
fucking-
meant with Saber for
There's
sure.
literally like 37
I
riders
can't-
in that show.
I can't have Saber again. There's too many characters on that shit.
Yeah.
I can't do that again.
You know, in Gokaiger when they have like all the past, it's like the war before. It's like the the prologue, whatever. Where it's like the war
The
events, all this
199 warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's just
It-
Saber.
that's
It's all-
just
you don't even
Saber,
need
yeah.
anything any other riders.
Yeah. How much time is left on the
Probably like 10 minutes.
Okay, so we can start wrapping it up, I guess.
We can tee up things that we plan on talking about in the future. So obviously more stuff that's currently airing. We haven't had a chance to talk about Ultraman at all. We
Yeah,
have been watching it
But we haven't
Well,
watched it in a while. We
in a
kinda
little
stopped.
while.
We're like
Yeah.
3 or 4 episodes behind max.
We're currently catching me up on O's because I haven't finished it
Mm-hmm.
and they have.
Oh yeah, that was
And-
a big thing that we didn't talk about at all that happened in the world of Tokusatsu while we were gone is the announcement of the O's 10 years after
Which is why I need
movie,
to watch it.
which is why we're catching Jesse up on O's.
And then
because that
once
movie
I'm
looks sick.
yes, and then once I'm caught up on O's, we're gonna watch Gokaiger because the Gokaiger
Also
10
for 10 years
after
after
movie,
Gokaiger.
we need
which
to watch
I'm
that.
So hyped for.
So the plan,
And we're gonna be
uh,
talking about those when they come out next year
yes,
for sure.
So the plan is O's and then Gokaiger, while keeping up with what's currently
Yeah.
airing.
Yeah,
So
we're
get
gonna
ready
have
for
a
some-
whole stretch of 10 years ago throwback stuff. So that's awesome.
Which is like good because Gokaiger
Yeah.
also like top tier, I would say.
I mean, I have watched 11 episodes of that like a lot of years ago.
When it was new, because I was watching it as it aired.
No, I watched it alone later on,
Oh, okay.
not even with you.
I watched it as it aired, mostly.
That's why I know Joe.
Joe, what else? Anything else that we're planning on watching?
There's so many things that we keep pushing back that we intend to watch.
We could
But
do
then
we could do
other
a mini
things,
episode on Cowboy Bebop. It's not Toku,
could.
but it's tangentially related. The
Jet's
Cowboy
arm
Bebop,
is Tokusatsu.
yeah, the Cowboy Bebop live action.
Yeah, we got to finish that first.
Just like a one-off, not a Sunday episode thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we could talk about Double. We can talk about Build.
Buildo, yeah, Build
Talk
X8.
about
I
Exit.
miss Build.
I think we're planning on some more one-off things. Maybe another Scriblio. We have an idea for like making AI generated
Yeah.
Kamen Rider pictures, which is fun.
I'm really looking forward to that one.
Well,
If you have any ideas for one-offs,
give
let
us
us know in the comments.
absolutely. Let us know in the comments if you got stuff you want us to talk about.
Or
the videos on
little videos that we could do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even something like the Toma outfit tier
the
list.
tier
in
list.
that
Yeah,
vein.
if you guys want to see more tier list videos, we can do that.
Yeah, as long as they're not, rank the forms or something.
Yeah, no,
generic.
nothing
That
played
everyone
out.
does.
Nothing played out for sure.
Comment on how you're liking Revice and Zenkaiger so far. And
What's your favorite?
Ultraman, if you're watching Ultraman.
We didn't even talk about my favorite fucking Revice stamp.
What's your favorite Revice stamp?
Brachio.
Brachio is it's my favorite Vice form.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Vice looks really cool.
He's just another Zio.
He's
It's so good.
I don't know that, but he's just like
he's the monster version
monster.
of Zio, basically.
Yeah, I know what the others are because I looked it up because I was really confused whenever I see some talks about them. Those are the bad guys of
also
like the monsters.
They're the monsters from Zio.
Zio.
Yeah. And his Ikki's like big swinging watch band penis.
What form does Ikki look like?
Zio.
Does it regular Zio? He seems more bulky than regular Zio. Or am I crazy?
It feels kind of like it's Zio mixed with Zio 2.
What
a
is
little
Zio
bit
2?
As Zio 2 is one of his power-ups. Zio gets a lot of power-ups too.
Yet another show that Jesse and I have to watch.
Zio really good. Really liked that one as well. Just look up Zio 2. It's not like that much of a spoiler.
Oh, okay, yeah, it definitely doesn't look anything like Omazio. That's good to know.
No. Ikki does not look like Omazio. Look up Zio. Look up another Zio, and you'll see why. That's exactly what Vice is.
Oh, he does just look like a regular Zio. I see a comparison here.
The face is almost like 1-to-1 Zio.
He just doesn't have the Zio characters or whatever it is.
It doesn't write Zio on his.
The watch strap too is actually exactly the same, and the collar.
Is the watch strap on Zio long as well? Because I don't remember it being like big old floppy dong. You can't tell me that that's not what it looks like. It's a big old floppy between his legs.
It's not like that.
Okay, I didn't think so.
It ends at the penis.
Yeah. It doesn't become the penis.
See, I thought is Omazio like that, or am I crazy?
Omazio's watch strap is like a bandolier.
But he's got 2. No. I just looked at it.
He's got 2?
Well, he's got the regular, like, what Zio has, and the bandolier. Oh, and it goes a little longer than what Zio has.
Oh. It's been a while.
This whole tangent started with, hey, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, whatever. We also gotta watch Zio.
That's why I like freeform content. We can just do whatever and nobody cares. It's like 10% structured and 90% whatever the fuck we talk about.
It's way better than what it used to be when it was 90% structured and stiff.
Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway,
yeah. Good fun.
Before the room kicks us out, thanks for watching. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it was fun.
I personally miss doing podcasts, so
I was at that point where it's like it's been so long that I did like it's like nervous to go back to and you to put it off.
Yeah.
It's like with a game that especially like a JRPG or something where it's like, oh man, it's been so long, it's hard to go back to.
It's been 2 weeks. How do I play this game again after 2 weeks? Ugh.
So it's like that with the podcast, but then you get into it and you go, it's Subarashi.
Yeah. You just that's why you get into it. You make dumb noises at the beginning and figure everything out live on stream, and then you intro in the dumbest way possible, and then everything's fine.
And there's our 10-minute warning.
So we had way more than 10 minutes, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Because we just talked about Zio for like 10 minutes.
We could talk about Zio for 10 more minutes.
I could talk about Zio for 10 more minutes.
Unfortunately, haven't seen it.
Yeah, I genuinely can't. I've learned everything about Zio today.
Another Zio
in the last 5 minutes.
All of the Another Riders are terrifying.
Another 01 looks like Shin Kamen Rider.
Yeah, that's the
heard it
only
here
one I
first.
haven't seen because that's from Reiwa, the first generation movie.
Is that? Oh, it's that one from that
It's the one movie.
one clip that we had that we didn't know
that
where
we
it
had.
came
Yeah,
from.
Yep.
that's the only piece. That's the only piece of 01 content that we haven't watched because it connects to Zio.
It is so scary.
Yeah.
We talk a bit about O's. Where are we at?
O's.
Where am I at?
Like
20 episode 25-ish? 24, 25?
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm getting there. It's
About
been a
halfway
lot.
through.
I'm watching this for like half a year. It's taking me so long. But we're gonna get there.
I watched it in like
It's
2
fine.
weeks.
I know a lot of people love it. It's not my favorite.
It gets better. Like
I do feel like it's starting to get into the part where it's better.
it's slow to start and then it builds up and it gets really good. Like the last third.
Yeah. It was always frustrating me how he was always like gaining and losing core medals like nonstop, which kind of annoyed
Well,
me.
because he doesn't get power ups, right?
Yeah, the
like,
combos.
The combos are his power ups, but they don't. He doesn't get power ups, so they have to keep the powers like
Rotating.
cycling so that he can get a power up, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get like O's this form. I mean, I guess he does, but it's not really that. It's not fucking Build, that's for sure. Or Toma.
I don't know. To me, it's like not as good as Double, which came before it. I don't know. Double, like, because Double was kind of like a little slow and episodic, but it was just so good.
Also, like a different show.
I know.
You know what?
Like they're just, but I know, but they're just like trying to be two different things.
But a lot of people usually will like. A lot of people like both of them and have like.
I think they're both great. Personally,
yeah, I think you're a little bit influenced by the fact that
you're only 20.
You wind up having to like pick it up every like
that too
few weeks, and it just
if you just watch through like you watch Double, I think you would enjoy it more.
Yeah, because you get to see the characters slowly meld, and
that's the thing. It didn't catch me like Double did, where I couldn't stop watching it.
It's fair as well.
But
listen,
I mean, it's growing on me.
You saw Edgy just smacking Ank's head.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the best scene in the show.
So I mean, you're like getting there. That's like the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see the end just to know. I already know how it ends. I know what happens at the end actually because of
because of the Build movie.
That Build movie. Plus, I've read it online. I know what happens.
Still got to see it.
Yeah. All right. So all those things we said like 20 minutes ago about
just
commenting. Just go back to that.
Just pull it out and just paste it. Copy it. Paste it.
We're not gonna edit it like that.
Do it. We're not going to. No. It's a joke.
We're just gonna fade to black now.
No. Go watch live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/agiantrobot, where I also play video games and stuff. So if you like video games and stuff, follow me there. Also, we do the podcast live every other week. And the YouTube channel is, if you're watching right now live, it's a Giant Robot TV on YouTube. So go sub there and then watch all of the previous episodes. Parting words? No parting words?
That's it.
I'm hungry.
We'll catch you in the next
Sick.
one. Probably a one-off video that we'll do.
Something like that.
You will hear from us soon.
Maybe in 2 weeks when we do a next episode. Who knows?
Yeah. Definitely.
If we do it in 2 weeks,
that'll definitely happen. That will happen. Most likely.
Ciao.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.